Welcome to the complete React crash course, in which I teach you everything that you need to know in order to be productive with React as fast as possible. In this video, we're going to focus on getting started with your first React application and also creating your first React component. As a quick introduction, let's just discuss really quick what is React and why you would want to learn it. React is a front-end framework that allows you to build modern user interfaces. It's widely used in the industry, so if you are looking for work, a job, you're probably going to need to learn React. And it's based on a component-based approach, so you can just write the components and reuse them again and again in more complex ways. That's a big advantage for using it in terms of productivity. But before you can get started, we'll need to have some dependency installed. We'll need Node.js and npm. You can install them from npmjs.com/get-npm. I will put the link in the description, but just do that before proceeding further. So normally, setting up everything in React, it can take some time. However, there is a tool called Create React App that allows you to generate a basic application with everything set up for you. So it's very easy to just get started, and it's called Create React App. So let's get started in trying to generate a Create React application. So in front of me, I got my terminal, and now I'm ready to generate a React application. I'm going to do npx. npx will be installed if you have installed Node.js and npm, as I said in the previous segment. npx create React app, and then the name of your application. I'm going to call it my first React app. I'm going to do enter, and now it's going to generate your React application. So now let's just wait a little bit for it to be generated. And now I can see that it's finished. It says API hacking, it's ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cd in my folder that has been created, my first React app. And then I'm going to open it with a code editor. Now here I am inside my React application. I want you to pay attention to a file called package.json that contains dependencies and also the scripts. And by default, Create React App creates the start script that can start your application in a dev server. So what I'm going to do is npm run start, which is going to execute the script, and then it's going to allow us to see our default application. Now it's open the application in localhost port 3000, and here it is. That is the default application, and it also has live reload. So as we make changes in the code base, it's going to automatically reflect on this localhost 3000 location. Now, how this project is organized, we have a source folder that contains everything about the React application. Here there is index. It is the root file, and this file sets up React and calls app. Here is the app. So for example, here I see the HTML of the default React application. And I can make some simple changes. Like I can say learn React from code climbing. And if I save this, here it says compiling. And here I should see, there you go, it showed up. One thing to notice is that this HTML is not in an HTML file, it is in a JS file. And that is because React uses JSX, which is HTML code like inside JavaScript. So for this app, for example, the return function contains the HTML. Like you probably recognize the divs, header, image, and p tags from HTML. And now we're ready to create our first component. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this and let me just delete what's inside. I'm going to delete all this. And now I'm ready to create a component. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to make sure that things are organized properly. Here I'm going to go a new folder, create a new component folder. called components, and I'm gonna put all my components in there. The reason for that is that we want to to make sure that things are neatly organized. So I'm gonna also create a new folder, and this folder is gonna be the name of my component. So just as an example, I can call it my profile, maybe my profile. And then within this, I can create an index.js. And now we can create our components. So components in React are functions. So I can create a function called my profile is equal, can be an arrow component. And I can't export it because I'm gonna have to import it elsewhere. My profile. And here I can return the content of my component. So it can be like a div, and here I can create with my profile. Just say my profile, just so we test it out. Now, if I go back to my app, I see it's all white because I deleted everything, and I created my component, but I have not included my component inside my app. So here in app.js, I can delete that. I can import it. So import my profile from the / component, my profile. And how do I reuse my component? I just do my profile. It's pretty much the same as in HTML element. I save this, and here it says my profile. That's really cool. And now my component, I can make it more complex. Can be like a p tag, maybe a header, maybe it might be better. Each one. P tag here. Call it the name, code climbing, and description, best YouTube channel ever. And if I go back to my app, no, it's showing correctly. The thing I want to also emphasize is that this component can be reused. So like if you make a React application, for example, you might have a button component, and this button you might reuse it multiple times. And the big advantage of React is that you don't have to just make this button from scratch every time. You can reuse it. So just as an example, here I get my profile. I can put my profile again. Now it will appear 2 times or 3 times. So here it says my profile 3 times. So I have now effectively reused my component. And now the last thing I want to show you is just how to add some styling to your app. So here I got index.js. And the thing to note is that this looks like HTML, but it's not HTML, it's JSX. Therefore, if it was HTML, you could write, for example, class, my class. But because this is JSX, its class name is equal to my class. Here in app.css, I just added the class with a background color, and if I go back to the app, it is all gray. And so that's how you can style things, and you can use frameworks for CSS. React doesn't care, you can use whatever styling framework that you like. But now you might have a question. So here I have these profiles, and they all say code climbing. What if I have a profile for code climbing, another profile for John, another profile for Alice, and so the name might change. So how do we do that? We do that with props, and we will see that in the next video. So thank you, and see ya next week.